All right, Tom. The last one I have for you is if you had to give any advice to a coach who has who aspires to coach internationally or coach in the high performance arena. I know a lot of club coaches, they really want to get to the point in their career where they can work with some senior athletes. What advice would you give to them? Things that could be practical, either from a learning standpoint or from a mentorship or what have you,
Yeah.
to move in that direction? Because it's a little bit of a black box to a lot of people who are in the club coaching
Yeah.
side.
I guess two things. First is like make sure you are continually learning, although probably people who are listening to this, they're probably already doing that by virtue of being here and listening to it. I like to think that saying yes to opportunities was something that helped me in my career, and I think probably the same for you.
Yep.
Both of us have moved all around the world because that was the thing that made sense to do for ourselves, and that some people aren't willing to do some of those things, which isn't necessarily negative, but there's other opportunities that other ways to say yes to opportunities as well. And try to find visit programs. We're always happy to have people come out for a few days on our camp or for longer than that. I just had a coach from Slovenia who was here for about a week visiting us.
Yeah.
Club coach, coaches young athletes, wanted to come out, self-funded himself to come out to Andorra for a few days and watch some good swimming and help me out a little bit and hiked around the mountains, and it's great. And now we have another coach from Iceland here, and again, it's great for me to have people around. I think it's really good for them to be hopefully exposed to some good swimming. Hopefully they do a good job while we're
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
and
yeah. No kidding.
get to see some good stuff. So yeah.
One thing I did early days that I like, it seems like a crazy thing to do now, but when I look back, was one of the smartest things that I ever did. Was I badgered Ben Titley via email when I was coaching in Toronto until he replied to me and let me come out to basically assistant coach for him for free at the High
Yeah.
Performance Center on the mornings when I didn't have club training with the club I was head coaching. So the net result was I coached doubles like Monday to Friday for 6 months. But three of those mornings I was driving to Scarborough to the High Performance Center to watch Penny and Taylor. And I mean, he had one of the best groups in the world at the time. And I
Yeah.
was, and I was on deck there 6 hours a week for 6 months and invested those hours into my own learning and really got to see what's going on. And I think even if you take that concept and apply it in your city or in your region, there's a program that's doing really, really well, probably,
Yeah.
or maybe better
Yeah.
than you're doing. And
Or just a different, different
yeah,
could just be different.
yeah,
I
different,
did the same
different.
thing. It's funny
Yeah,
that you mentioned that because I did the same thing. When I was coaching club in Winskill, I did the same thing with the National Center in Vancouver. I think I had one morning off that I wasn't coaching, so that was my morning
yep,
that I would go into the center and coach. And I did that basically every week for 4 years,
yep.
unless they were out of town at a training camp. And it makes a difference too because you do, as you said at the beginning, you develop relationships too, and you get contacts, and those things help a lot as well as just being around better athletes. I remember as well when I would go there, you stand on your own pool deck and you watch your athletes, and it becomes difficult sometimes to see the things that they do wrong when you watch them all day, every day. But then if you go and you watch some of the best swimmers in the world, we were lucky enough to do that, but it could be just better swimmers. You come back and you say,
Yeah,
oh, we got to fix
there's
all
something
these
different
things.
going
Like
on over there.
we're not close to being good enough. So